As the, as the market got crazier, money market funds become more and more enamored of this paper. They too were competing for that extra little bit of yield. Drug money market funds were serving the role of the old-fashioned bank. They were ultimately the real lender. They weren't regulated the way banks were. Since they were since they were holding highly rated securities, as SEC rules required them to do. No one in the government was concerned with the quality of the collateral. But what would happen in the money market funds had started questioning the quality of the asset banking their paper at the same time. What if they all stopped buying it? Either the sponsoring bank would have the private liquidity demanding its own balance sheet, or RTB vehicles will all have to start dumping assets to raise cash. Neither scenario was pleasant. To complete money market funds were also a core enabler of the deepest, darkest, least noticed part of the market's plumbing. This was the so-called report market, which made it impossible for firms to pledge assets in return for extremely short-term loans of them as short as overnight. Y'all economics Gary Gorton, the same man who did Rick's money modeling for AIG explained the repo market this way. Suppose Fidelity has $1 million in cash that it plans to use to eventually buy securities. It wants a safe place to earn interest of that cash while making sure the money will be available the instant it wants in back. Enter the report market. Fidelity can deposit $2 million with an investment banks. Bear Stearns in Gordon's example, and be sure the money is safe. Because Bear provides collateral to bank up till one, the difference between the money Fidelity gives Bear and the value of its collateral is called the haircut, and before the crisis a 2% haircut, meaning Bear holding then 98 cents in cash for every $1 in asset. It blankets what a normal number. Security lending, or lending against collateral, is almost always less risky than secured lending. On the street, the repo market is called the last line of defense because you can get money there when you can't get it anywhere else. And yet, there were dangers in the repo market too. It is a murky market, but a hook one, according to a report by the Bank for International Settlements by 2007. The USA Investment Bank funded regularly half of their assets using the repo market. For firms that depended of this market, there could be a timing mismatch because banks could pledge a long-term illiquid asset in return for short-term funding. The short-term funds went away, they still had the asset which needed financing. Another danger was that repo transactions are exempt from the normal bankruptcy process. Lenders didn't have to worry about their money getting tied up. They could simply grab their collateral at the first sign of weakness.